Shortly after I started Baked by the Lake, a good friend of ours and my best friend's husband sent me a picture of this peanut butter marshmallow square cheesecake. I took it as a hint, but hadn't had an opportunity to make one until now. It's his birthday today, so I spent the last couple days perfecting this masterpiece just for him. Started by making a basic cheesecake for the base. Then after that totally cooled, the next day I had to make the peanut butter marshmallow square for the top. My springform pan wasn't quite tall enough. I knew the peanut butter marshmallow square wouldn't fit if I tried to pour it on top. So I had this idea to use another springform pan without the base just to make it taller. So I removed the base from the other springform pan and just taped it on top of the pan with the cheesecake in it. Because this doesn't have to go in the oven now, it's totally safe to do this. It was just temporary. I was actually quite proud of myself. I thought this is pretty genius actually, if it works. So then I lined the inside of the top part of the pan with some more parchment paper because I didn't want the peanut butter marshmallow square to stick to this pan. Then I got to making the peanut butter marshmallow square. Some people call this church windows, some people call it confetti square. Where I come from, we call it peanut butter marshmallow square. You need butter, peanut butter, butterscotch chips, and the colored marshmallows. You basically melt the butter, peanut butter, and butterscotch chips together until it's nice and smooth and creamy, and then pour it over the colored marshmallows. You gotta work fast so you don't melt the marshmallows. I must have dropped a little marshmallow on my stove because it caught on fire, and I didn't have time to reposition my camera, so I was just working with what I had. But once I got the marshmallows coated in that peanut butter butterscotch mixture, I poured it on top of the cheesecake. I made sure that it was somewhat even, gave it a little bit of a shake, and put it in the fridge to chill overnight. I went to bed thinking that this was not going to work. I was envisioning like a muffin top of peanut butter marshmallow square hanging over the cheesecake for some reason. So first thing the next morning, I was about to go to work, but I needed to pull this out of the fridge and just see if it's set properly. It's baking moments like this where you're just like so proud that something actually worked out. When I pulled the parchment paper back and saw that it was perfectly lined up with the cheesecake, you can see the smile on my face. I was so happy. So we were going to be delivering the cake tonight, and I still wanted to add some finishing touches. So I just admired it for a moment, transferred it over to a cake board, and then put it back in the fridge until I got home from work. I'm seriously grinning ear to ear because I just think it looks so cool already. It looked really cool as it was, but I just love a cheesecake topped with whipped cream. So I made up a fresh batch of whipped cream, put it in a piping bag, and piped some swirls all along the outside of the cheesecake. This thing is almost ridiculous. Like, it's so big, but it's so impressive looking. I topped it off with some sprinkles because we're celebrating a birthday, so why not? And I know you're wondering, yes, I did get to try some. It was nice because the cheesecake portion wasn't overly sweet. So the sweetness from the peanut butter marshmallow square made up for the lack of sweetness in the cheesecake. Here's a little bit of a close-up and a close-up of the inside. Thanks for sending me the photo, Ben. Took me almost 2 years, but I got it done for you. Cheers to trying something new.